Central Casting. Let's find out a little bit about Tom Homan. I think he's doing a great job. Hey, buddy, if you're watching, great job. Elon, hello. Thanks for, I don't know what's going on, but I hope that we get in line for something big. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at this next one here.
A very good friend of mine. Is this guy Central Casting, though? Tom Homan. Is he Central Casting? Where is it? Hello, Tom. Are you? I love that. How could I love a guy like that? But I do. He's doing a great job. Thank you, Tom, very much.
U.S. Confirms it's getting ready to target narco-terrorists inside Mexico, prepare for drone strikes. However, they had to get it cleared by the president of Mexico, Sheinbaum. So what's happened with that? Could be interesting very soon. ICE catches Jamaican alleged with illegal with criminal history spanning 3 decades. Oh, let them all in here, huh? Good job vetting there, Alejandro Mayorkas. We hunted down his butt. Illegal alien arrested for rape of a 9-year-old in Florida. Can you believe that? Suppose that was your child. Oh, I'd go ballistic. Meet Marvena Twig, President and CEO of the National Youth Advocate Program. This social worker received $1.2 million to move 20,000 Haitians into rural Ohio. Wow, that's quite a family you got there. The National Youth Advocate Project was awarded $292 million by the Department of Health and Human Services. That's taking your tax dollars out of your pocket. If you don't pay, they'll take your house. For assistance to move illegal alien children in Ohio since 2021. Who knew there were hundreds of millions of dollars going to be made doing social work? I didn't. Did you? Your Town USA is next on their list. Well, I certainly would like to thank our new age contributors out there. These are the new groups with the blue hair and the gray hair, not the gray hair, the blue hair and the pink hair and that kind of thing. Our new team of contributors that we owe this to them. They've been out there scrubbing the index all over the place, trying to find a little and more edgy stuff, more of their kind of character, hey, dude, so we had to include a little bit of that. Stephen Miller calls out White House press for ignoring Biden's decline. Give civic lessons on presidential power. I like this guy. I like to meet him. He tells it the way that it is. He's sort of like me, don't you think? Almost 160,000 civil service employees are millionaires. When President Biden took office, fewer than 70,000 fewer workers were millionaires. By 2022, the number grew to 76,889. The number ballooned to 155,334 by September 2024. It's likely there are over 160,000 millionaires working for President Trump. Well, millionaires, you know what? We're going to have to redefine wealth, because we're not defining our wealth in terms of dollars. We're defining our wealth in terms of ounces, pounds, and tons, right? So if somebody says there's a millionaire, big deal. It's just digits, right? Digits are for dummies. The real people hold real money. Civil servants of 160,000 federal civil servant employees are now millionaires. So what does that mean? It means that becoming a millionaire and being a millionaire in terms of dollars is sort of passé. It's old-fashioned. We got to get out on the edge. Get out on the edge by hoarding the dimes, folks. The dime, 14 dimes equals 1 troy ounce. The best way to go right now. And the cost has gone up. I think like $2.42 a dime. But JT's going to give us a rundown here a little bit later. Hey, running out of time here, folks. Got to get the dimes before the dollar dies completely. Folks, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be as important to be a millionaire in terms of dollars? Or do you think the shift is going to change and becoming wealthy in terms of how many pounds, ounces, and tons of silver do you have? Now, of course, that's not something you want to share, but no more did you want to share how many digits you have in a bank. Yeah, I got $3,450,000. Speaking of, wow, folks, I tell you that the digits mean nothing. They're simply created on a keyboard. They have no intrinsic value to them. While you can, take the digits and put it into the coin of the realm. A friend, if somebody called me up the other day and said, my stockbroker's telling me not to do that. Of course they are, because you're taking money off his plate. Now, if you got a nice size portfolio there and you're paying, say, 1% a year, and let's suppose you got a $1 million portfolio, geez, my gosh, you're paying $10,000 a year. That's like $833 a month. Who would want to say goodbye to that? But the way you have to be prepared, though, folks, is you got to get out of the system. You got to get rid of the Federal Reserve notes that you're holding right now. And if you're outside the United States and Austria, if you're in Canada, if you're in Australia, if you're in the UK, wherever you are on the face of the planet, all your currencies issued by one central bank it's the central bank of all central banks, called the Bank for International Settlements. Go to bis.org if you'd like to see who owns your bank in your country. On the gray search bar, you'll see Central Bank Hub. Click on that and come down two little lines or whatever, and you'll see central bank and monetary authority websites. Click on that and you'll see all the letters of the alphabet there. They own every bank on the face of the planet. That's what we're getting away from. You want to be ahead of the curve? Get out of the currency of the realm. Get the currency of the realm. Get out of what's currently being issued by the Bank for International Settlement. There's one private company, and we're seeing that they're gradually withdrawing the liquidity out of our market. On Friday, Margaret Ann showed you that the lowest print ever, I think we're down to like $60 billion. It was up to $2.7 trillion was injected in our economy in order to keep things rolling around real nicely. So, folks, if you haven't lost your job yet, you're going about to, especially those of you in the government. So the way you're going to get ahead of this thing, see what you can do as far as some type of early hardship withdrawal or something. Reach out to me. If you're retiring from the government, you want to get ahead of the game, give me a call. I know how to get out. I've helped several other people get out as well. But you need to turn the coin. You need to turn whatever digits you have, their representation, whatever pension or lifestyle you think you're going to have, is not going to be there with a digit. Digits are for dummies, folks. You got to hold the dimes. Got to hold the coin of the realm. That's what's got to happen. You know what? You only own what you can put your hands on. Don't believe that you own something because somebody tells you own it. They're lying to you. You only own what you can put your hands on. Fellow called me up the other day and said, Ted, my stockbroker doesn't think it's a good idea to take the $450,000 out. Well, of course not. He's making money on this. If you don't have your hands on it, you don't own it. Somebody else does. Remember this. The purchasing power is contained in the coin of the realm. It's not contained in digits and dummies and bars and rounds and beanie babies. Now, I'd like you to listen to what Kash Patel has to say. Now that he's the director of the FBI and he comes out and tells you this about the Federal Reserve Bank, will you please pass this around and help Kash help you to other people understand that the Federal Reserve Bank has nothing to do with the federal government. It's a private bank. The private bank, that one is owned by the Bank for International Settlements. So you have the Bank for International Settlements up top. And you have all these other 207 countries' banks around the world. Now, these banks, the Federal Reserve Bank, they have different departments in them, like the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. Well, all these other 207 banks, there's 98 of them have FDIC's equivalents in other countries as well. And do you know that there is an association of fund managers that manage the monies that's in this? Let's suppose that the BIS says we want all those funds taken up to the BIS as our funds anyway. Don't you think they have the codes to do that? Bingo, everything's yanked out. Why do you think they're putting $60 billion a day in their economy here, where they used to put 2.7 trillion? All this can be reversed with a flip of a switch. I'm coming out here to tell you this, folks. I'm coming out here to save you. If you don't hold the coin of the realm, if you don't hold your purchasing power yourself, somebody else is already holding it. You got to get it away from them. Believe me, it's not just floating around in space. Other people understand what this. Everybody that's smart knows what this is. So if you're not holding your purchasing power, somebody else is. I want you to stop that. I want you to call your broker, do whatever you can to get these digits out of somebody else's hands and turn it into your hands. Hold the coin of the realm. This has intrinsic value to it. This is money, not the ink on a piece of paper, not blips on a computer screen. You don't have a whole lot of time left. I'm surprised we even have right now. Folks, you still think holding your wealth in terms of dollar bills like this is a great idea? You think there's a whole lot of reverence for it? You think this is going to, how long do you think this is going to continue to last? This is the final throes of a day of failing fiat currency. Now, you remember seeing all the pallets of the dollar bills and $100 bills? What would happen if those dollar bills were changed and all of a sudden those are the old ones not going to be used anymore? Well, what would that do to the finances of the drug cartels? What would that do to the finances of all the bad guys? Completely change it. I showed you what the new currency notes look like. You remember what that?